One thing that is completely, how can I say, very not known, no one has, it's never been taught. Never. Like, the only way you would get what I'm about to tell you, you would either have to be a true historian. I mean, a true historian meaning you studied it all. You didn't just take it from one quote unquote perspective. You took it from you included it all. I mean, all history, not just world history, American history, British. I'm talking about all, whether it included Africa, whether it included China, India. I don't care. Where, Persia, wherever. Then you had to include it all. Now, before America became quote unquote the United States, before the United States was created, America was always America, but before the United States was created, and you had 13 colonies, correct? In these colonies, you had Dutch, Portuguese, Spanish, French, English, British. Just to name a few. You had some Asians too. But this is just a name that's a whole nother pipeline or something else. But that's at least 6. I'm sorry, Irish, Italian. How I skipped that? Polish. This is before the Jews came. Okay. All of these ishes, English, before it became British, it was brutish. Before it was English, it was Anglo-Saxon, okay, Albion. But the amalgamated Moor, which is a mixed breed, is all of them. Again, I'm going to do my Dr. Umar Johnson and repeat that. The British, the English, the French, the Dutch, Swedish, Irish, Italian, hell, the Amish. That's a whole nother deeper thing. These were Spanish, Portuguese. These were all converts to Catholicism, Christianity. A Morisco is a Muslim, because that's what Moors were, not Muslim. That's a religion. Moors are born. Muslims are born, they're not made. When they converted to Christianity, they became Moriscos. Any person that is from the Atlantis Islands, the Caribbean, we get very, 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 very pissed off with you if you call them a Negro. Very upset. Very, very, very upset. Because they know what that thing means. Now, if you understand the history of Moors, anything about Moorish science, Moorish history, all the Moors amalgamated all throughout Europe. Very, very deeply. The Moors taught. Now, listen very carefully. The Moors taught. You gotta understand something. All languages, all science, all mathematics, all art, all music. In the deep detail of language, the deep detail of all subject matter came out of Africa, right? You understand that. It didn't come from Europe. It didn't. No. Europe had to go to Morocco, the kingdom, not the empire, to learn. In Cordova, these are all places of education, because you gotta understand, you remember the Europe went through the dark ages. That's plural. You understand, that's over 2,000 years. They had more than one. So no education came out of Europe. Okay, these are all amalgamated Moors. They're inbreeding all throughout Europe. All the royalty before the Civil War, before the Civil War of 1963 from 1863 to 1865, all these kings, all the way from Queen Charlotte, remember, were black. from a Prince Charles. These was all quote unquote blackamoors. Okay? These are amalgamated Moors. These were mixed breed. Mexico, the original etymology is Mexico. Mexico means mixed breed. Mix. Think. E-I replace, come on, use the brain stem. Okay? So, if all these individuals, immigrants that came over here in the 13 colonies were amalgamated, the one you gotta understand though, the first slaves, they were not black. Remember? They were Europeans. These colonies were filled with the worst that European had to offer. These are all the criminals. These are everybody that was in. There was peasants, serfs. A serf is someone that did not own land but have to pay to be on the land. Either they got to pay through the military, through farming, or giving up their first daughter to the royalty to probably be a concubine. You got to understand, back over there in the caste system, daughters went to the king slept with all the virgins first in the kingdom, in the entire kingdom. Whether you realize that or not. But who came here and who was already here and who was brought here, you understand, like that's very different categories. If you understand, in North and South America, there was over 100 million of the original people Muslims. No Christians, remember, Christianity was brought here. Muslims, 1.